All right, everyone, and welcome back into the cave. If you hung in after those technical difficulties, I do thank you for doing so. Um, wow, what a start to the episode, right? Okay, so once again, I'd like to welcome you into the cave. We are back here with the Montreal Expos in Exponation. This is the 2000 season, and this, my friends, is live episode number 1. Very exciting stuff coming off of a crazy off season where if you did watch the last episode, we added quite a few new bodies to this club. And, well, we cut ties with a few other clubs other clubs, other players that, they had done well with the team, but unfortunately it was time to go. It was time to separate. So, yes, we have moved on, and we will be hopefully making our way to a World Series playoff appearance, right? That's the goal. That is one of the goals. At the end of the last season, before the boring free agency episode, we did have an exciting ending to the 1999 season. The Expos made it all the way to the end of the season, about a half game back of a wild card spot, and we ended up losing to the Houston Astros in a 3-game series to end the season, which put us out of a playoff spot, which was a bit of a bummer. But it ended up, I guess, working out okay, right? Because we had a halfway decent season. So exciting stuff. Definitely exciting stuff for the squad. Okay, so here is what we have for the upcoming season. I'm sorry. Um, we have got a whole new team put together, an exciting new team put together here inside the cave. Um, Feel free to throw some comments up on the board. Always excited to hear what you have or what you think, what we can work on, what we can get done with this squad as we move into the 2000 season. I do apologize if I'm a little thrown off. Had some technical difficulties to kind of start this whole episode, and people weren't hearing me out there. So just wanting to make sure that I'm being heard and that things seem to be working okay now because there seemed to be some issues with the sound as we were rolling through the beginning of the episode. Okay. So I think we've got this screen all figured out now. All right. So here's what we've got. Here's what we're working on. We have got a whole new squad. Well, I shouldn't say a whole new squad. You can see a lot of the names on the board are still the same as what we had last year. But there's a few additions, right? We've got a few new additions to the squad. So you can see a couple of the new additions are over on the left side. If you can't read it, I do apologize. I tried to throw that together with some duct tape and other things this afternoon, real quick before we got onto the got on the air. And again, I do apologize if I'm a little late tonight. Was enjoying some nice, delicious soup for dinner. got to be honest, it's been pretty cold out here in Cali, so that hit the spot. That definitely hit the spot in keeping us warm tonight. So, okay, getting back to our team, right? So, a couple of small little additions. You'll kind of see those as we get deeper into the game, get a little more detailed with the team. But this is where we are as of right now. So, at catcher, we still have good old Pudge Rodriguez. He'll be holding it down for us, kind of platooning with Bobby Hens, who really impressed in the spring training. So he'll be getting some time when we're facing right-handed pitching, so that's going to be good for the squad. We know what Bobby Hens brings to the team. He is the Montreal masher, and he has been part of the team since day one. So Bobby Hens doesn't get on the board, but he will be doing quite his fair share of the catching. Mark Grace will be at first base for us throughout the episode, unless we have any injuries. Had a great season last year. Hit over 300, couple of pops, a bunch of RBIs. So we're expecting Mark Grace to have a good season. He is getting older, and we think we only have him for one more year. So that's going to be a tough decision whether or not we move on from Mark Grace at the end of this season. Let's just see what he can do in 2000, right? Not really sure where he was in 2000 in reality. Something tells me he was in Arizona. I think he might have been in Arizona, but I'm not really sure. Kilvio Veras, who we picked up in that trade last year when we got ourselves a closer in Trevor Hoffman, who I did not put on the board on this picture, but Kilvio Veras will be playing second. He had an excellent end to the season. Didn't really come up clutch when we needed him in those last 10 games or so, but hopefully he can get something done here in 2000. Now, Orlando Cabrera, who in the first season I called out several times. We saw no growth from Orlando Cabrera, but he really came through last year. His numbers didn't show it, but when we were simulating games and quick managing games, Orlando really came through. So we're going to hold him at shortstop and see if we can get something out of him in the 2000 season. Charlie Hayes, who we picked up in last year's free agency, he's going to stay at third. He plays the hot corner pretty well, so we'll leave him right where he is. Our outfield looks a little bit different. We're going to go from right field to left field, all right? The suspense builds as we do this, right? Obviously, we've got Vlad Guerrero out in right field. We know what he brings to us with the defensive play, the cannon of an arm, and the power in the bat. Vlad is going to be our man out in right field. He's going to be here for a while. We're going to take a look at the contracts and see what's going on, but Vlad is definitely going to be our man in right field. In center field, we have Ken Griffey Jr., who we spent a boatload of cash on at the end of the 1998 season to try to energize this team and get something going in 1999. And obviously, it somewhat worked, right? I think he just needed a couple of extra pieces to really get going, okay? So Ken Griffey Jr., that little trophy underneath his name, he was our only award winner last year, getting himself a Gold Glove award. So congratulations to Ken Griffey Jr. and for bringing one home so I could put it on my mantle here inside the cave. That's our first award from any Expos player here in this exercise. So congratulations to Ken Griffey Jr. And of course, we all know what he brings to the squad, right? He brings the power, the speed, and the defense. Now, this is 2000 Ken Griffey Jr., so maybe not as much in the way of speed, but we know he's got the defense and we know he has the power. So he's going to continue to bat in that 4-5 hole, and he'll probably I'm hoping we can get at least 35 from him this year because he did not deliver on home runs, but we're hoping we can get something more in the 35-40 range. I just went up to 40. Yeah, I just went up to 40, but I'm thinking we can get something like 35, possibly 40 out of Ken Griffey Jr. here in his second full season with the Expos. And, of course, in left field. This was, if you watched the free agency episode, I know it was boring. I know it's a sleeper. But if you're looking to fall asleep, put that on. I'll put you right to sleep, okay? Ken Griffey Jr. and Guerrero in the outfield. We went with Ricky Henderson out in left field. Now, on this game, he's 41 years old, but the man still has some speed. I watched him play the entirety of the spring training. He can still play some defense. So we're going to put him out in left field. There's a couple of different reasons for this, right? So as a general manager and the owner and, well, the manager, I also have to put butts in the seats. And I think a guy like Ricky I keep calling him Ken Griffey Jr., but a guy like Ricky Henderson is going to do just that. So that's why we have him out there. Okay, that's why I have him on the team. We'll see what he does. He kind of starts off in that. I had to. I said, and that main thing was pitching. Well, so we had on a couple of starting pitchers, possibly moving a few of our starters out to the bullpen, right? That can be done. So that's what we did. Now, when I was purchasing the pitchers, I didn't realize that a few of them were A, older, and B, according to this game, retired. So we are getting some of these guys right out of retirement. David Boomer Wells is one of them. We're in there. This afternoon in preparation for the episode, and David Boomer Wells pitched really well for 1,000 season. So we're getting him hopefully fresh. These guys are only 70 over on this game, so I don't know about that. And then of course Jeff Nelson, who I'm a Yankee fan, and Jeff Nelson was great out of the bullpen for us. So we'll see what he can do for the Expos. Now, if you're looking at our free agency and who we got, yeah, all four of them at one point in their career played for the Yankees, and nothing to do with the fact that I'm a Yankee fan. That I went out and got what I thought would be the puzzle. So, say what you know about the whole, relationship to the Yankees, all the players, but I assure you that that's not why we have them. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at our 2000 season goals. Read as 2,000 goals, but no, I'm not going to put you through that. I don't have 2,000 goals. Okay, I have 4 simple tasks for this team in 2000. 4 simple little tasks is a 500 or better record at the All-Star break. So we all know the All-Star break falls in July. That means we have to have a solid couple of months for this team. All right, I think it's right around 80 games, maybe 82 games, something like that, heading into the break. We need a 500 or better record at the break. That's goal number 1. There's not much to talk about. Go out, win some games. They could be one game over 500. I don't give a shit. Just give me a 500 record at the break. I'm sorry, 500 or better. 500 or better. I'd like to see one All-Star, at least one All-Star. Now, 2 years ago, in the inaugural season with the team, we had Trey Moore, okay, who was pitching really well at the All-Star break and then tanked in the second half. He was looking like a Cy Young contender leading up to the All-Star break, made the team, and then we got nothing out of him. Javi Vasquez was the same way last year, pitched really well in the first half of the season, and then kind of tanked. To the All-Star game. And no Ken Griffey Jr. He didn't play in the All-Star game for us last year. So I'd like to see one guy, okay, Ken Griffey Jr., Vladdy Guerrero. How about Mark Gray? Somebody give me an all-star appearance. That would be phenomenal. If there was somebody and I just forgot, put it in the comments. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember. I didn't watch the old episode. I probably should have before I said that, but I'm looking for one. Give me one. And 85 plus games. We want 85 plus wins. 85 plus. Last year we got almost 90. I think we had 89 wins, 88 wins at the end of the season. Give me 85 plus wins. It might not be a playoff appearance. I want a playoff appearance. That's my fourth goal. I got to learn how to count. But 85 plus wins would be another successful season. And it means we're getting there. We're growing, right? That's what we want out of this club. So 500 or better at the break, at least one all-star, 85 plus wins, and a playoff appearance if possible. Look, the NL East is crazy. We know the Braves are going to dominate. I watched them in the spring training. Boy, have they built up. They have built up, and they're going to continue to hammer people. So we'll. Second place would be fine for me with a wild card appearance. Second place in the East with a wild card appearance would definitely be good. So yeah, so that's it for our goals. We're gonna get into some gameplay here. Okay. Now, if you are a frequent visitor to the channel and you were around last week for the Whalers episode, we've introduced a new addition. So we have got right here on the board on your right, we've got scores scrolling all night. Okay, this is a sports channel. We love talking sports. We love watching sports. I love playing sports games. So we've got the sports going all night right here on the channel. So on your right side, you see top line, we've got the NBA. Second, we've got some hockey scores. Down the bottom, mass selection of NCAA basketball scores. And I know there was on out in my living room here earlier, but the game I was calling tonight was Miami of Ohio, who is undefeated and currently 25th in the nation. I saw that score just passed a second ago, so I want to keep an eye on that one, right? Playing Providence tonight. That's another ranked team. There's some other real good games out there, so feel free, put something up on the board. Let me know what you think, and we'll, of course, keep our eyes out, open for that so I can the episode. And then, of course, on the bottom of our gameplay screen tonight, we've got my basketball team, Clippers. I'm sorry. Yes, I almost changed it. See, I've been playing so much NBA 2K where I play them as the San Diego Clippers. So I almost called them the San Diego Clippers. But the LA Clippers are taking on the Utah Jazz. About 9:40 to go in the second quarter of that one. It is 29-27. No Islanders in off after another good win yesterday. So just regular sports. We got a lot going on over on the right side. We got our Clippers down on the bottom. And, of course, we've got the Expos on the main screen. Down on the bottom right corner, we've got our wins, how many wins we have in the episode. Not quite like the Whalers where I'm looking for points, but we'll throw them up on the board and we'll see what we can get. Goal tonight is to get ourselves to the All-Star break. We're going to quick sim through quite a bit of them. We'll play a little bit. We got a fresh new team, so who knows? We might get through 10 games, and that's it. I don't really know. The game, of course, does have us do all the skiing stuff, so I might just skip through that. What happened? As you all know, the Fanatic does not play the game. If anything, we watch last inning, but I do not play the game. If you the Whalers channel, the Whalers episodes, I am horrible. I get caught in conversations that I just well live. I do not play well live. So we are taking on Cincinnati, the National League champions, to kick this one off. That's right. Won the National League championship last season, and yeah, we'll be taking them on to start our season. Exciting stuff for the Expos, right? Sterling Hitchcock, last year's, did I call him the not greatest of all time? He was just a goat because I kicked the guy around so much. He'll be starting for us to start the season, top of the pitching rotation. Wells pitching. He'll be second in the rotation. Hermanson, the Musina, and Javi Vasquez. So a little bit stronger, right, in the rotation. We've got Hitchcock, Wells, Hermanson I could do without. Then Moose, and then Javi. So we'll see what happens with this club as we're heading into season, right? Heading into the season. So here we go. Here we go. We're gonna go in. We're gonna manage. We're gonna manage game one. It's only right. It's only right to do. We'll quick manage it. See what the team can get done in this first game of the season. And Sterling's on the mound, and we know my feelings about Sterling, right? Everybody knows my feelings about Sterling. We're playing at home. How perfect is that to start the season? National League champion, Cincinnati Reds. Rick Reed on the hill for the Cincinnati Reds. Sterling Hitchcock will be holding it down. I almost said between the pipes because I do a lot of hockey, but he'll be on the hill for the Expos to kick off the season. Here's what our lineup looks like in case you were wondering. Kilvio is going to bat first and play second. Ricky Henderson at the age of 41 will play left field and bat second. Mark Grace, first base and batting third. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, Ken Griffey Jr. He will play center field. Fifth is Vladdy Guerrero out in right field. Orlando Cabrera will play short and bat sixth. Charlie Hayes will play third and bat seventh. Ivan Pudge Rodriguez will catch and bat eighth. And, of course, Sterling Hitchcock will pitch and bat ninth. And, yes, hopefully Sterling Hitchcock can get something done. Let me turn down this volume inside my ears because I can barely hear myself talk. So, all right, here we go. First inning at home, Olympic Stadium. Season number 3 is underway. It is 2000. It is a new year, and Sterling Hitchcock gets Tony Womack to ground out. Gomez reaches on an error. Edgar Martinez. Oh, that's right. The Reds went out and added a shit ton of guys. I mean, a shit ton of guys. So this team, they're building up, right? Dude, I have to bat Ricky second. The manager makes that decision, not me. But if you want to make some changes to the lineup, feel free. Feel free. Absolutely. I'm open to anything you got. Anything you got. Okay, Kilvio Veras is going to lead off for the Spos. And he singles. What a way to start our third season. Ricky Henderson batting second. You know what? For all the doubters out there, I'm going to press the button, and this dude's going to get a hit. Yes, he does. How about a single for Ricky? And you know what? Just to prove that he can still do it at 41, he's going to steal second base, too. No, this is not set up. I swear to God I didn't set that up. Mark Grace, kick it off. Oh, he grounds out, dude. Ken Griffey Jr. grounds out. Vladdy grounds out. Oh, righty. All right, so I got a few viewers back. Welcome back. I know we had some struggles. Hopefully you can hear me now. If you didn't catch the beginning of the episode, make sure to jump back and catch it. Talked a lot about the team, what we've done, who we've got, and what we're doing moving into the 2000 season. Gary Sheffield's going to ground out. Dimitri Young is going to walk. Sterling Hitchcock tries to pick him off. Jeff Reed hits a 2-run jack. Oh, my God, I thought that was the pitcher. No, that's Jeff Reed. All right, Brett Boone grounds out. Green strikes out. All righty, Cabrera grounds out. Hayes grounds out. Pudge is going to ground out. Oh, okay, so you're questioning where I have Ricky because he's the greatest leadoff hitter of all time. Okay, no, I'm with that. I get that. I didn't even think about that. I didn't. See, that's why I have you here, right? My AGMs, right? That's what you do. You got to tell me this shit so I can make sure I get it right next time. Okay, Rick Reed singles because, of course, he does. We'll try to pick him off. Womack reaches on an error. Gomez doubles. It's 4-0. Sterling Hitchcock on opening day at Olympic Stadium is blowing this shit. Martinez singles. Sheffield strikes out. Young double play. So we get out of it. Sterling Hitchcock, you've given up 4 runs on opening day, and he grounds out. Veras singles. Can we get singles again from Ricky and Kilvio? No, Ricky strikes out this time. Mark Grace hits a 2-run jack. Thank you very much. It's 4-2. Griffey hits a solo jack. It's 4-3. Finally, they're starting to pay off. Vladdy flies out. All righty. So Sterling goes back to the mound. He gets Reed. Boone singles. Green hits a 2-run homer, and that's it. Sorry, Sterling. You are done, my friend. You are done. And look at our crap bullpen. So, again, I mentioned in the pregame that whatever it is, we have nobody, man. We got nobody. So this is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to just throw this shit together. Or we might have to trade one of our good players to get a bullpen arm. Now, feel free to jump back there in time. Google whatever it is you do. Search 2000s. Look for a bullpen arm. I'll try to trade for him. I would love to try to trade for somebody that can come out of the bullpen. And I don't mean a closer. I already have a closer. I got Trevor Hoffman. But somebody that can pitch some long relief. We are going to bring in, well, Sterling is a righty? I think so. So we're going to bring in, it's too early for Nelson, I feel. All right, Shields. Scott Shields coming in. He gets Reed. And he gets Womack. Good job from Scott Shields. So it's 6-3. Cabrera hits a solo home run. And it's 6-4. Hayes singles. Rodriguez grounds into a double play. Scott Shields singles. All right, Scott. We got Scott Shields in the Rule 5 draft. Scott Shields in the Rule 5 draft. He now has one scoreless inning pitched, and he's got a hit. So good for you, Scotty. There's a ground out. All right, so it's 6-4. Shields gets Gomez. He gets Edgar Martinez. He walks Gary Sheffield, and then he gets whoever that guy was. I don't know who that guy was. Okay, Ricky. So Ricky Henderson is going to be my favorite player this season. Absolutely going to be my favorite player this season. And he walks. And you know what? Oh, he got caught stealing. God damn you. And then Mark Grace hits another home run. So it's 6-5. Griffey grounds out. Vladdy singles. Cabrera grounds out. 5 innings in. 6-5. The guy that I complain about the absolute most, right? Sterling Hitchcock, he gave up 6 runs. He gave up all 6 of those runs to kick this thing off. But the team has answered back. Slowly, we're chipping away. It's 6-5 on opening day. Scott Shields still out there. He walks Reed, and Boone sack bunts. He walks Green. He gets Rick Reed to sack bunt. Now, can we get Tony Womack? No, he walks him. Chris Gomez strikes out. Okay, good job, Scott. Good job. All right, Charlie Hayes, get something going. He strikes out. Pudge grounds out. Scott Shields, I'm sorry, but I have to pinch hit for you. All right, we're going to pinch hit for him. Let's see what we have here. We got Mordecai, we've got Carroll, Fulmer, Henley, and Jones. We're going to go to Fulmer. Fulmer is going to come in to pinch hit. And he strikes out. Okay, so the rule before in the last season was whoever came in to pinch hit had to pitch. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not going to do that again. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to pitching change. We're going to bring Mike Maddox in. Because he wasn't awful last year. He wasn't great, but he wasn't awful. We do have Greg Swindell. I did go out and get Greg Swindell. So you know what? Let's put him in. Let's see what he's got. Hey, they said his name right. That's pretty cool. Usually they get it wrong. And he gives up a solo jack to Edgar. And a single to Gary Sheffield. A single to Dimitri Young. He strikes out Reed. And he gets Boone to ground into a double play. So we bring in Swindell. Swindell gives up another run, and it's up to Kilvio to lead this one off. Kilvio reaches on an error. Good job, Kilvio. Now, do we sack bunt Ricky? Do we sack bunt Ricky? The guy's got a hit in the game. He's already stole a base. Tick-tock. I got a few seconds. You tell me what you think. If we're going to sack bunt Ricky, I'm waiting. I am waiting. I'll wait on this one. Okay, so the bench coach is telling me that we got to sack bunt Ricky. All right, so Ricky's going to sack bunt. Good job. Good call from the bench. I like that. Now we're going to go with Mark Grace. We're going to let him swing away, and he singles, and Kilvio stands there. What the shit is that, dude? Now we got first and third. We got one out for Griffey. If he grounds into a double play, I swear to God. He sack flies. Okay, so Griffey gets a run in. Okay, we got some drama on opening day, right? Vladdy grounds out. All right, top of the eighth. Greg Swindell still on the hill for the team. Strikeout. Fly out. He gets Womack. Okay, bottom of the eighth. Orlando Cabrera to lead things off. We are down by one. Ground out. Walk. So Pudge has walked. No, I'm sorry. Charlie Hayes walked. So Pudge is coming up. Let's see if we have anybody that can pinch run. Well, we don't really have a third baseman to back up Charlie Hayes. So let's see what we got here. What can Mike Mordecai? Mike Mordecai, what can you do? Well, he can't run, that's for sure. He's got 52 speed and a 19 steal. Jamie Carroll, he could run a little bit. He's got 65 speed. Bobby Hens, we know he used to have wheels. He's kind of fallen off a little bit. I'm looking at the stuff over here on the right. All right, that's what I'm looking at. And, of course, Jones. All right, Terry. Terry Jones is going in to pinch run. Thank you very much. Pudge, you've got one out, and he hits into a fielder's choice. So that was a waste of a pinch runner for crying out loud. All righty. We are going to go ahead and we are going to, well, we got to take him out. So we're going to pinch hit, and we'll go with Bobby Hens. Bobby Henley, right? He comes up big for this team almost every time. 2 outs. And Henley strikes out. Okay, so Henley's not going to stay on the mound. He did pitch last year. He pitched one game last year, but he's not going to stay on the mound. We're going to go to Jeff Nelson in the eighth. Or I'm sorry, top of the ninth. Top of the ninth, Jeff Nelson. Ground out. Martinez singles. Sheffield fielder's choice. Dimitri Young strikes out. So we have got a chance here. We have got a chance here. Inside the cave. Opening day. I don't think we've won an opening day game. I don't think we have. So we're going to try to see what we can get done here. The team has hit the ball well. We've got 11 hits. We do have 2 errors, which is not very good. And we're down 1. We're down 1, making our way here into the bottom of the 9th. So we have Kilvio Veras, followed by Ricky Henderson, and then Mark Grace. Mark Grace has already hit 2 dingers in this game. He's already hit 2 home runs in this game, so I don't know if he can get another one, but we'll see what happens, right? I say a lot of that, don't I? I say we'll see what happens a lot. Okay. Ground out for Veras. Ricky ties it up. 41 years of age, and he hits a solo dinger to tie this game up. And I think he is trying for that leadoff spot. I think my bench coach called it, and I think that Ricky Henderson should be in the top spot. Wow, ties it up in the bottom of the 9th. Wow, that must have been a big shot. Ricky Henderson at the age of 41. I can only say it so many times. I'm sorry, my microphone that you're seeing on the screen is actually blocking. It's actually blocking the gameplay on the right side. But, okay, Bruce Chen for bullpen from my junior GM. So did you look that up? Are you vetting this guy? Because before I go out there and do this, I want to make sure that Bruce Chen is somebody I should go out and look up. Okay, so Mark Grace, chance to win it, and he doubles. We've got Mark Grace on second base. We got Ken Griffey Jr. at the plate. I think we have to go in and watch a little baseball.
With Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi.
All right, opening day. Griffey at the plate. Grace on second. Ricky already hit a tying home run here in the 9th. Ground ball to third. Oh, man. Okay, so it's going to come down to Vlad Guerrero, the lifetime Expo. Well, okay, he did play in Anaheim, but here he is, Vladdy Guerrero. Let's do this, baby. Let's do it. All right, good look. Good look. So I'm hearing that Bruce Chen had a 2.5 ERA in 2000. So we'll have to look, right? Out of the bullpen. All right, Vlad Guerrero, 1-0, takes it on the outside. Good. There you go. Move my microphone out of the way for you. Okay. So we have got a 3-0 count to Vladdy Guerrero. 7-7. Bottom 9. Mark Grace on second. Vladdy at the plate. They're going to walk him. They're going to walk him. Yeah. They don't want any piece of Vlad Guerrero. They don't want any piece of Vlad Guerrero. All righty, baby. So Gabe White is going to come out of the game. They come to collect him. We got to watch some baseball. How about that? Opening day? Opening day, we get to watch some baseball. Jay Powell comes out in relief. So last year, this team dominated the National League. They went to the World Series for the second year in a row and got absolutely worked by the New York Yankees, who only got better in this offseason, and the Reds went out and got even better in their offseason. Now Powell to Cabrera, and Boone gets under it, and he puts it away. So Cabrera can't come through, and the drama ends there. But Ricky hits the solo, and then he gives everyone a chance. He gave everyone a chance. Okay, so Mike Mordecai has come in to play third base. All right. Jeff Reed is at the plate. And we've got Jeff Nelson on the hill. So Jeff Nelson pitched the 9th. He's going to stay in here to pitch the top of the 10th. And Reed, no way. Okay, good. I thought he had a home run. Vladdy collects. Out number 1. So again, this is like the first time we've really seen Olympic Stadium here on the game. And oh, look at the Clippers have come back. The Jazz lead by 1, so the Clippers are coming back. But first time we've seen Olympic Stadium here on the game, and it's looking good, right? The guy who did this did a great job. Ground ball, Cabrera collects. He throws it on over to Mark Grace, and that's out number 2. So there are 8 batters coming up. Jeff Nelson still in the game. Now, I can change it myself, but I'm going to let the manager manage, right? That's what we let him do. Willie Green at the plate. Nelson. Ooh, that one's touching the corner. I don't know. That was close. Trevor Hoffman is up in the pen if we need him. So we might see Trevor pitch in this one. Willie Green at the plate. He's batting .333 because he's got 1 hit on opening day. Good for him. Nelson. Oh, and he beans him. Dude, what are you doing?
Looks like it'll be a pinch hitter, Sean Casey.
Sean Casey. 2000 Sean Casey coming to the plate for the Reds. Jeff Nelson. He's thrown 14 pitches in the game. And that is deep. Go get it, Vlad. Go get it. Oh, he drops it. Dude, he was running it like this. So Casey's going to leg out the double. He's all pumped up. Look at him. Look at this again. Oh, there's nobody there. Where's Griffey? That's a Gold Glove center fielder. I do like the graphics. Look at the dive. Slides in. And our guy doesn't tag him. Dude, you got to tag him. All right, here's Nelson. Jeff Nelson still on the bump. Womack.
Ball, that's high.
So in the inning, Jeff Nelson gets a couple of outs. Then he hits a batter. Then he gives up a double. Right? So Womack at the plate. Here we go. Nice pitch. Ooh, he catches the corner. He catches that low corner. All right. Tony Womack swings at that one upstairs. He cuts. He misses. It's 1-2. Nelson. We went out and got him in free agency. Let's see what he can get done for the squad here on opening day. Here's the pitch. Oh, and he gets him inside. It's now 7-7. Heading into the top. I'm sorry, the bottom of the 10th. Bottom of the 10th. Okay, we're letting the manager manage. Jerry DiPoto is coming in. Jerry Dip, according to the announcer here. But Jerry DiPoto is on. I just saw the replay of that Jeff Nelson pitch, man. He totally faked him out. Mike Mordecai coming to the plate. Here he comes. Mikey Mords. And, oh, he fouls one down the line. So we get to watch some ball here. We get to watch some ball in episode number 1 of the 2000 season. Mordecai. Drop. Oh, wow. Tony Womack made a heck of a catch. All right, here's Pudge. He's got a chance to walk this puppy off. Let's see what he can do here. That's a little low. Yeah, Pudge always had a good eye, right? Always had a good eye. Jerry DiPoto on the hill for Cincinnati. Pudge at the plate. That was in. That was in. So, yeah, we don't get to see too much of our team, but those unis look good. The stadium looks good. We might have to check this out a little bit more. Pudge takes that one low. So Dipoto thinks he's going to get the pitcher, and I don't think he's going to get the pitcher, right? No. We already wasted Bobby Henley, the dugout hero. Now it's 3-1. Nelson. So that'd be good. I mean, if we have to go with Hoffman in the 11th, we would. No, Pudge, what are you swinging at, dude? That was ball 4. That was ball. Look at that on the bottom of the screen. They had Derek Jeter at 128 RBIs. That's freaking nuts. Yes. Ball 4, too high. Too high. Too high. Alrighty. Jamie Carroll with a chance. Yeah, just move the runner over, baby. Just move the runner over. So the one thing I noticed about the stadium, they designed it, but there's no railings. So like the fans are sitting like right on the field. They're just raised up a little bit. It's pretty sick. All right, here we go. Jamie Carroll. Oh, he takes it up the... Oh, no, double plays.
And that's 2. They made it look easy, but it started with a nice feed to the second baseman from the shortstop. Perfect.
That was a good double play. That was a good double play. All right, so Trevor Hoffman is coming up to bat. Oh, my God, Mike, get some sleep. Trevor Hoffman is coming in to pitch. It doesn't look anything like Trevor Hoffman, who I can say I've spoken to in person. He looks nothing like Trevor Hoffman, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. All right, Chris Gomez taking on Trevor. Down the line, Grace with the catch, puts him away. Mark Grace with the great backhanded grab. Just steps on the bag, takes it himself. Edgar Martinez. They picked him up in free agency. We know what he can do.
That's a ball.
All right. So as we've been watching our simulation, that 90s Mariners team has completely dismantled. Randy Johnson is in Baltimore. Ken Griffey's with us. Edgar is with the Reds. Tino actually went to the Yankees. So Tino went to the right spot. But, yeah, it's really interesting how it's all kind of fallen apart for that Mariners team that actually won or went to the ALCS in our first season. Nice pitch to get Edgar swinging. So 1-2 now.
That's a low fastball for some pitchers.
1 out, base is empty.
Let's watch what he does. Oh, he got him. The second best closer of all time. You know what? That's up for debate. That's up for debate. I'm a Yankee fan. I love Mariano Rivera. But Trevor did have game, dude. When he came in, you knew it was almost over. Unless you were the Yankees. And it was the World Series. Anyway, Gary Sheffield at the plate. They haven't done the waggle anything good. It's not fast enough.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand.
He doesn't really look like Gary Sheffield either, but I mean, it is what it is. Trevor Hoffman now, 1-1 to Sheff. Sheff fouls one off. Is Trevor Hoffman going to get us out of trouble? Is this game going to come down to Ricky Henderson? I might. And he gets Sheffield. So we've got Cabrera, Henderson, Grace coming up in the next inning. I'm sorry, Veras. Not Cabrera, Veras. Veras is coming up. So we've done well in this game. All right? I can't complain. I cannot complain about how well we've done. Kilvio's going to lead off. He's 2 for 5 with 2 singles and 2 runs. So he's gotten on base and he's scored. Jerry Dipoto trying to shut down the Expos here in the bottom of the 11th. Kilvio, first pitch, takes that outside.
One ball, no strikes.
All right, here comes pitch number 2 to Kilvio. Got the 1-0 count. Nobody out, nobody on. Takes that one down low. So he's waiting. He's waiting for his pitch. He's got to be. Dipoto into his set. He winds. Here's the pitch. And that's on the outside, but misses the corner. Kilvio's waiting, being very patient. We like to see that from Kilvio. Kilvio, who we got in that deal last year, right? We went out, we got Trevor. Kilvio was thrown in. He's done well. Checks his swing. So 3-1.
3-1.
Now it's 3-1. If you're just joining me, this is opening day. It's 7-7, bottom 11. Kilvio's going to foul that one off into that massive abyss that is a foul territory here in Montreal. Ricky Henderson is waiting on deck. He got us here to extra innings. Kilvio with the base hit.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come.
So Kilvio Veras has been on twice, and he's scored twice. So let's see if we can keep that going, right? That's the idea. That's the whole point of this game, right? All right. Look, he's all pumped up. Ricky Henderson at the plate. Ricky, 2 for 3 with a dinga and a single. He's going to bunt, and he bunts him over. Good. No, Ricky. So Ricky bunts into a fielder's choice. What are you doing, Ricky? You got to lay that down the line, baby. Don't bunt it right back to the pitcher. Oh, my Lord. Okay, Mark Grace with a chance to end it. Got some speed on first and Ricky Henderson. And that one's off the plate. So you can hear the fans here in Montreal. They're cheering MVP. He had a great year last year, right? Here we go. Up high. But that's a strike. They called it a strike. Mark Grace. 1-1 count. Ricky on first. Dropping. Yes, it is. Ricky, you got to run, dude. Okay, so Ricky, 1980s, early 90s, Ricky would have been on third base. But he stopped. He stopped for whatever reason. So Mark Grace delivers a single. Ricky moves to second. First and second, Griffey Jr., chance to end this thing. Walk it off, baby, on opening day. Jerry Dipoto is terrified of what he's got at the plate right now. He is terrified of our boy Ken Griffey Jr. 1-0 count. First and second. 1 out. Griffey. Dipoto misses way outside that time. Looking at some of these scores up here on the board. The Sharks are up at the Canucks. Clippers are almost tied. And Griffey to deep center. Ricky, you got to be tagging, baby. Go, Ricky. He stayed. Okay, is it just me? Am I thinking that Ricky's like Superman? So it's up to Vlad. We got first and second now. We got Vlad at the plate. A single wins this game. A single wins the game. That's upstairs. Dipoto. Deals. 0-2. National League champions. They don't want to lose in game number 1. They don't want to lose in game number 1 of their season. Vladdy down the line. That's a foul. I do like how the bullpen guys don't move at all either. That almost hit the catcher like right up his ass, but he didn't even move. Vladdy now. 0-2. Here's a pitch. And he gets him. Oh, God. So it's now 7-7 heading into the end of the 11th. All right, so let's see what we got here. We are going to quick manage. Hoffman gives up a single. Fielder's choice to Reed. Gets Boone to strike out. Walks Green. Jason Giambi is pinch hitting. Jason freaking Giambi is pinch hitting against Trevor. And he singles to give him the lead. Womack, fielder's choice. So, Orlando Cabrera at the plate. He grounds out. Mike Mordecai. He grounds out. It comes down to Pudge. And he grounds out. So the Reds are going to take this one. I just couldn't take anymore. I couldn't sit here and watch all that. So the Reds get the win on opening day. We did take them to extra innings. It looked pretty good. But the guys I'm going to call the checkbook couldn't come through. Could not come through. I really didn't like how Ricky he stood there on that deep fly ball. He should have been running. Regardless, I think he should have been running. So that is that's game number 1. I'm always saying episode. That's game number 1. And an exciting one. It was an exciting one, right? So we're about an hour into the episode, okay? If you joined me at the start, it was Struggle City. I could not get the sound to work. I was yammering on and on. Turns out I was talking to myself the entire time. But, I tend to do that. I do tend to do that anyway. So not really a big deal. Not really a big deal. Okay, let's get past that part. So we are through opening day. We lost 8-7. Trevor Hoffman takes the unfortunate loss because he was in the 11th inning. But it was a good game. It was a good game. We saw some stuff out of Ricky that was huge. So we're going to simulate here, quick sim, through the rest of the Cincinnati series. David Wells in his Expos debut, and we get we're going to auto fix that. We'll auto fix their lineups. So Greg Swindell took the win. We won 3-2. All right. We lose the third game of the season, and we lose. So we are 1-3 against the National League champion Cincinnati Reds. And of course, now we get to take on the NL East division champions from last year. I just caught the Houston Baptist incarnate word score on the bottom of my screen in the NCAA games. That's pretty sick. I don't know who that is, but if you happen to know, you know. But I'm sure it's an important game for them, right? Absolutely. So we're heading into a series with Atlanta. Javi Vasquez will be on the bump in game 1. Let's just jump ahead here. And okay, so we got 3 games with them. Javi, Sterling, and David Wells. Sterling Hitchcock, of course, who I love to pick on. And we win. So Javi gets his first win of the season. Is he the first starter to get a win? No, Mike Messina lost. So he's the first starter to get a decision. He wins 8-6. We beat the NL East defending champions, the Braves. Game 2, Sterling Hitchcock on the mound, and we win. We win. So Sterling Hitchcock didn't get the win. Jeff Nelson gets the win over Odalis Perez. And we call that a winning streak. We have won 2 in a row. Can we sweep the Atlanta Braves? Let's go find out. We'll manage that. We want to try to manage a sweep, right? I think we have some work to do, though. So the assistant GMs, I don't know if they're still watching. It's kind of getting late. They're probably doing their sleepies. But I I know they wanted me to move Ricky Henderson. So Wells is going to be on the hill. We're going to bump Ricky. We just changed his position. We don't want to do that. So there we go. Ricky's going to lead off. He started off the season. He's batting 238. So far, through the first 5 or 6 games, the hottest hitter is Mark Grace, 409. And David Wells. David Wells is batting 1,000. He's 1 for 1. But yes, Mark Grace. Mark Grace in the first 5 games has 3 homers and 7 RBIs. And he's batting 409. So that's some good stuff. Sorry, I meant to do that. Ricky, you're going to lead off. So Vlad is looking a little tired. Are we going to replace him? No.
Let's play ball.
Nobody's getting replaced. David Boomer Wells out there on the hill. Biggio grounds out. Brian Jordan walks. Andrew Cordero. So Brian Jordan stole a base. Cordero singles. And we throw out Jordan at the plate. Excellent job. That was probably Vlad. I would think that's Vlad throwing him out. Greg Vaughn hits a 2-run jack off a boomer. Stanley grounds out. So John Smoltz against Ricky Henderson to kick off this one at Olympic Stadium. Strikeout for Henderson. Ground out for Veras. Grace is going to strike out. Andrew Jones, who just got in the Hall of Fame. Tell me what you think about that in the comments down below. I saw Andrew Jones play in the World Series in 1996. 30 years ago, Andrew Jones. And he hit 2 jacks in the game I went to. Very disappointing game for a Yankee fan, but a very exciting game for a very young Andrew Jones when he did that. So look it up. It was pretty cool. I think they beat us 12-1 or 11-1 in the first game of the World Series. But we went on to win that one. So doesn't really matter. But he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. David Wells to Andrew Jones, strikes him out. Sandy Alomar flies out, and Jay Bell flies out. So I told you they're stacked, right? They added some players in the offseason. Griffey, singles. Guerrero flies out. Cabrera flies out. Hayes grounds out. Oh, boy. David Wells gets Smoltz. Biggio singles. We'll try to pick him off. Brian Jordan walks. Cordero singles. We throw out Biggio again. No, last time it was Jordan. This time it's Biggio. Vaughn, fielder's choice. Pudge strikes out. Boomer grounds out. Ricky strikes out. Okay, so the Ricky Henderson experiment is not paying off the way I thought it would, but we'll keep going with it. Stanley doubles. Ground out. Fly out. Jay Bell walks. Smoltz, who can hit, singles in a run. Biggio grounds out. So it's 3-0 Braves, and John Smoltz is pitching a gem. Ground out for Veras. Strikeout for Grace. Ground out for Griffey. Jordan grounds out. Cordero walks. Vaughn, fielder's choice. Stanley hits a 2-run blast. Boomer, I think we're going to take you out after this inning. Jones grounds out. So if we get to Boomer's spot in the lineup, he's coming out. We may leave him in for maybe a batter or two. Not really sure if I want to do that, but we shall see. Vladdy flies out. Cabrera lines out. And Hayes is going to ground out. Sandy Alomar Jr. strikes out. So we're going to leave Boomer in. He's got energy. Bell doubles. Smoltz strikes out. Just strike out Biggio. We got him. Okay, so he strikes out Biggio. It's 5-0. Every time I say we don't stand a chance, we manage to somehow come back. So if you're just jumping in, we had an exciting opening day. We went to extra innings. We ended up losing that game. We are now in the second series of the season. We're trying to sweep the Atlanta Braves, who last year won our division, and now we're trying to sweep them to start our season off, which would be great, right? We need that for sure. But we're down 5-0 against John Smoltz. And I wasn't paying attention, and I just left David Wells in there to hit in his at bat. Ricky grounds out. So David Wells, you're gonna keep pitching. We're gonna leave him in until he gets one more out. Double, single. Okay, he's coming out. Time to come out, and we'll bring in Jeff Nelson because he's like our guy. He's gonna be our workhorse. Sack bunt. We're gonna walk Stanley to pitch to Andrew Jones.
Take your base, ball 4.
And he walks in a freaking run, dude.
3.
Alomar strikes out.
Ball 4, take your base.
He walks in another run.
3.
Okay, so Bruce Chen is really looking good right now. Bruce Chen is really looking good. After this series, when this game's over, I'm looking at Bruce Chen. We're gonna look him up. We're gonna see if we can find him. We might make a trade for him. First, we got to see how he is, because my AGM, my junior GM, who actually just got the biggest. I gave him the biggest office because in my hockey world, he came up with one of the biggest trades I've had. So biggest office inside the Whaler Expo compound. So corner office, window, whatever he needs, whatever he wants. Just keep throwing those deals at me. I like it. Kilvio strikes out. Grace, ground out. Griffey strikes out. So I think this Braves team they're gonna shut us out. They're definitely gonna shut us out. Nelson gets BGO. Jordan singles. Cordero strikes out. Vaughn strikes out. So Nelson, not too bad. He's kind of getting it done, but whatever. Vladdy grounds out. Cabrera strikes out. Hayes. Oh, he strikes out. Okay. We're just going to bring in a pitcher because why not? Shields is coming in. Shields and Nelson are like my two guys here so far in the season.
Ball 4, take your base.
Walks Stanley.
Take your base, ball 4.
Walks Jones. Alomar with the single. Bell with the single. Smoltz is still in the freaking game. He's going for the complete game, one-hit shutout. My Lord. Strikeout, and we get Jordan. So it's 9-0. Oh, my God. John Smoltz has pitched a flat-out gem here in the 2000 season. He's given up one hit to Ken Griffey Jr., and it's a shutout. He even got a hit himself. The dude is awesome. There's a ground out for Rodriguez, a strikeout for Shields. Ricky, do not let us get shut out. And he grounds out. John Smoltz is 110% the player of the fucking game, right? I just cussed. I apologize. 110%. 9 innings pitched, 1 hit, 11 Ks against this team. Awful. So we almost had the sweep, couldn't quite get it. Right now, at the end of March, we are 3-4. All right? 3-4 in March. Beginning of the episode, I was like, blah, let's get all the way to the All-Star break. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not going to happen. I'm going to play for another 20 minutes until 9 o'clock, and then I'm going to shut her down for the night. Those technical, couldn't hear things that were happening in the beginning really kind of hurt us. So kind of put us behind the 8 ball, but I think we'll get through probably the next Atlanta series in Atlanta, and then we'll shut her down. We do owe our young junior GM to go out and look for a player. So I think the way that this works, we're going to go ahead and search for. Okay, Bruce Chen. There he is. In our world, he is a 60 overall. He's 23 years of age. He is playing for the Boston Red Sox. Let's see what he's done, okay? He's a C potential, 60 overall. He's had 1 year of service. Last year with the Sox, he had 32 games. He started 32 games. He went 7-13, 148 innings pitched, 179 hits. Look at his ERA, 5.41. So not good. Not good in this universe. But, hey, throw me another one. Maybe a young Eric Gagne for the pen. Okay, I do like that. So we looked at Bruce Chen. We did look at Bruce Chen. Let's go. Let's go ahead and look up Eric Gagne. Now he's got to be with the Dodgers, I would think, right? These are coming from the GMs. These are suggestions from our assistant GMs. Eric Gagne is in Triple A, and he's a 56 overall with the Angels affiliate. So, oh no, we don't want to make the trade. We just want to see what he looks like. He is an A potential, 56 overall. Now, we did add CC Sabathia in the offseason in a minor league deal. So maybe we're just growing our pitching staff, right? So Eric Gagne is an A potential. He's a right-handed arm, 24 years of age, got a lot of growth potential. You know what? I think we take a look and see if they might be interested in a trade, right? What type of players would you include? All. Okay, so here's what they want from us. Eric Gagne, who was suggested by our assistant GM, right? And they want Rick Reed, a right fielder. Let's see what Rick Reed is. Rick Reed is a B potential right fielder. He's never played in a major league game for us. He's the same age. He's from Jersey. All right, the guy's from Jersey. So I'm thinking maybe we move him, you know. I mean, Jersey's closer to Montreal than, the Angels, but, I mean, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore, folks. But Rick Reed. So we have got that on the board. That is the trade offer from the Angels. Eric Gagne, a potential, 56 overall. He's 24 years of age, so it's going to be a gamble. Does he grow? Now, we know that Rick Reed is probably at about an 80 potential, right? Because he's a B potential. So the budget is about even. We're not even. I can't read, folks. It's 780,000 as compared to 70,000, but we have the money. We've got the money to do it. So I'm going to leave that on the board. Okay, I'm going to leave that on the board. I'm going to get myself a little drink of water. So you got about a minute or two. If you're one of my, looks like 3 or 4 people who are watching, whether it may be on Twitch or on, I almost said twerk, whether it be on Twitch or on YouTube, go ahead and let me know what you think of that one. Eric Gagne for Rick Reed. We can pull it off, leave Gagne in the minor leagues for a year and see what happens. Okay, so it looks like they've gone ahead and left this one in the owner's hands. The general manager is going to be making the decisions on this one. So, you know what? I like the deal. I like the deal, right? Let's one more time. Let's just look at Rick Reed. So he's batting 158, 4 games, 19 at bats. That's what they want from us for Eric Gagne, right? Now, we can't have him pitch right away. He's a 56 overall, but he's got the potential. So, good suggestion, and we'll take that trade. So, let's look at what we've got down here in the on the team, right? This is what we're looking at right now. Of course, we know Hitchcock is going to go. I'm not a big fan of Sterling Hitchcock, and he has not started out good this year. He has a 5-year contract, so he's going to be gonzo. But we've got Kenny Rogers, right? Where is Kenny Rogers? Why is he not? Is he in the minors? He's in the freaking minors. Okay, we got some things to do here, folks. Kenny Rogers, I forgot I got him in the preseason, in the off season. So Chris Hammond or Mike Remlinger for long deliver for long reliever. Okay, so we got another suggestion. So we're talking about Chris Hammond or Mike Remlinger for long reliever. So you can see I'm not that good, right? I got Rogers. I thought Rogers would be something special, and he obviously isn't. So we're looking up who now? Remlinger. Now remember, in our universe, they might not be as good, right? I went out and got Gagne. We got Gagne. Remlinger is a 69 overall, 34 years of age. He's pitching for the Rays in our world. Let's see what he's got. His stats look like this. Last season, he appeared 31 times. Looks like he was a starter, too. So 9 wins, 9 losses, 4.54 ERA. Now, he's a B potential, but he's going down, right? And he's from New York. Mike Remlinger's from New York, so we might have to. You think we put Rogers in the pen? See, I was thinking the same thing, right? Maybe we bring Rogers up from the minors, send somebody down, and then we have some long relief because we know that he can be a starter. We know that Kenny Rogers can be a starter. I think I just got him because I dig saying Kenny Rogers, right? Look, I don't think of Kenny Rogers the pitcher. I think of the gambler, baby. The gambler. Okay, so we're rocking now, right? We know what we want to do. Remlinger, I like that. Who was the other one? Chris Hammond. We'll look at Chris Hammond. Now, remember, this is 2000, so there might be some young guys out there that we can pick up. I got CC. We got Gagne. So this team could be pretty good. Chris Hammond, he's a free agent, and he's a 55 overall, so I don't think that's going to work out for this club. Last time he pitched was in the 98 season. Now remember, 2025 is 1998 in our world. And then it goes to 51. I don't know how this works. So he pitched in, he didn't pitch in, he pitched in 2048. And then 2000, I don't know. I don't know how they do that. We're not going to worry about that. We're not going to worry about that. So, yeah, he's toast. We don't want to look for him. You know what? How about if we do this? We'll have a little fun here. We're going to take that out. Let's just look for... we'll look for a relief pitcher. And we'll say we want... let's look for a lefty. And see what we got. Okay, so here's your relief pitchers that are out there. We got Alexis Valbuena. No, sorry. Okay, yeah, whatever. Whoa, hey now, what are you doing? All right. Okay, so that kind of is what it is. Oh, we have to move Kenny Rogers over, right? That was the call. So, yeah, they wanted our trade. We took the trade. Kenny Rogers. So we have too many players on our major league roster right now. Where are we heavy? Where are we major league heavy? on the 40 man. Let's look. Ken Griffey Jr. No. Let's go in reverse. Why is Jake Westbrook and Guillermo Mota they're B potentials too. Look at that. Jake Westbrook could turn into something. That's why I held on to him. Who do we got? Old guy, Rick DeHart. Yeah, Ricky, sorry, but you are not going to be on the 40-man roster, and I don't care. You'll clear waivers. So goodbye. What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. Why do we have? I have 27. I have 27 active players when I'm only supposed to have 26, right? That's what it says on the MLB roster. So let's just. Oh. So I have 2 first basemen. Bring back Pedro to the Expos. Well, that's a starter. Or we're looking for a bullpen pitcher, right? I agree. You know what? Okay, you want to entertain that? Let's see what they would want. Okay, it's for fun, right? This is all for fun. We'll take a look for fun. Let's see what they would want. Now, we have to try to win some games too, folks. We're 3-4 to start the season, and we're looking at trades. Because that's what we do on this channel. Look at Pedro Martinez. He's the best pitcher on the game. He makes $28.7 million. Okay. Let's see what they ask. And they say, abso-freaking-lutely not. We are not giving up Pedro Martinez. I can't even get Ken Griffey Jr. traded to the Red Sox. I have no A potential guys on this club. I tried to sign David Justice in the offseason, and he wouldn't come here. Right? And look what he's done for the Sox. This team is stacked, by the way. The Sox are like totally trying to beat the Yankees. That's all they're doing. It's just like reality in the American League East here in our universe. So David Justice, who wouldn't come to the Expos, he's not really doing much. It was worth a shot. It definitely was worth a shot, young man. Feel free to throw some more out there. I'd be totally interested as we're trying to get some bullpen help, right? We need some bullpen help. Starters are not awful. There's one starter that I would love to trade after a terrible season last year, and that's Sterling Hitchcock. But look at this bullpen. This is our bullpen, right? 63 is our highest overall. That's Greg Swindell, who I got as a free agent. So let's just kind of cruise through here and see if there's any good bullpen. Ramiro Mendoza, the Yankees, okay? But I've signed enough guys from the Yankees here so far in the episode. We've got Lee. So who else is good out there? 64, Jose Rosa. So whoever made this roster, they didn't seem to put a whole lot of faith in the bullpens, right? So we're kind of looking at potential and growth because going out and getting a good bullpen pitcher right now is probably not going to be easy. Twins have nobody. Brewers have nobody. Angels have nobody. Jose Paniagua. Oh, here we go. Matt Manti of the Rangers. Relief pitcher. He's a 74 overall. Let's see. Is he a stamina guy? Okay, he's a 31 stamina, so he's not going to be pitching a lot of innings. Recently, he pitched against Houston and Kansas City. He's throwing 1 inning. Oh, he's a closer. He's their closer. So, no, that's not going to work for us. Even Alfonso Rivera is their closer. Oh, but Alfonso Rivera. No, not going to work for me either. See, now I'm sidetracked. I'm looking for pitching. How about John Rocker? John Rocker's in the bullpen. That wouldn't be right for us to go get John Rocker. Let's see what they would want, right? and they want Elroy Sanguillen, our catcher, see potential, or they want Sterling. Yeah, baby. Sterling Hitchcock to the Braves. So he went 14-8 with the Padres in 98. He went 11-14 with the Spos, and we've got a chance to dump him and his contract, right? Let's see what the contract is for Rocker. Rocker's got 2 years left. Sterling has 4 heavy years. So we could use John Rocker, right? I'm thinking we get John Rocker, we put him in the bullpen. Sterling goes bye-bye. We use Wells, Messina, Rogers. It's going to look like the Yankees. Wells, Messina, Rogers, Javi Vasquez, and Trey Moore. That's our starting 5. I think we go with that, right? We'll wave goodbye to Sterling Hitchcock, send him on his way to Atlanta. John Rocker comes. He fills a nice little spot in our bullpen. He's a 65 overall. We know we can use him as a setup man. We take him. We make him our setup man to Trevor, right? Now we've got Trevor. We've got Rocker setting him up. And then Greg Swindell, we know he could throw a few innings if we need him. Kenny Rogers comes up. I like that. If I'm talking out my ass, you let me know. I'm going to press this button. 30 seconds on the clock. Sterling Hitchcock, garbage. John Rocker, we're rolling the dice here. Totally rolling the dice. Totally rolling the dice with this one. But I like the idea. Maybe we can even can even control him here in Montreal. I think we can get something done with that. So again, we trade Sterling. We get John Rocker. John Rocker becomes the setup man to Trevor. We move Kenny Rogers from the minors to the majors. And our new rotation looks like this. Trey Moore, Javi Vasquez, Messina, Wells, and whoever else I said. Maybe it was Kenny Rogers that fits in there in that fifth spot. So I'm going to pause me for about 30 seconds and let me know what you think. Okay, so I'm back. So the Rocker trade is going through. We're dumping Sterling Hitchcock. Goodbye. Welcome to the team, John Rocker. Okay, so he's got a potential. We just added another a potential bullpen arm. We've got Rocker. We've got Shields. Shields we have for 10 years. That's not going to happen. He's a Rule 5er. But we'll see where he is at the end of this season. We do have Greg Swindell, who's also a B potential, but he's old. He's 35. So we're getting a younger bullpen. Definitely getting a younger bullpen. The next one is Bartolo Colon. Really? Bartolo Colon. Okay. So we have walked from Sterling Hitchcock. And we are going to we're going to search for Bartolo Colon. And let's see what we get here. Bartolo Colon. And Bartolo Colon is currently pitching for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He's a 74 overall, 27 years of age. Let's see what his potential. He's a C potential. He's a C potential. Last season, he had 16 wins and 4 losses with a 2.2 ERA. So the guy was killing it with the Dodgers last year. His contract is $35 million, folks. I don't know if we can afford that here in Montreal. It's only 2 years. It's only 2 years. So, you know what? Let's see what they say. They want the following. This is what they want from us. Oh, no. Oh, no. So Orlando Cabrera, who I said at the beginning of the episode was going to get a chance to grow. He's a B potential. He's a 72 overall. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't want to stray from Orlando. I want to give him a chance. So, you know what? Bartolo, good, but not good. Not good enough. I don't want to give up a B potential 25-year-old kid who, let's see how his stats have been, has improved since we got him or since we started this whole mess. The first season he hit 241. Last year he hit 279. His RBIs have increased. His home runs have increased. And he's batting 308 through the first 6 games. I know it's nothing 6 games, but Brad Fulmer, yeah, he hasn't really done much for us. The first season he wasn't too bad, but didn't do much last year. I'd be willing to part with Brad Fulmer, but I don't want to give up Cabrera, so I'm going to pass on that deal. Not really worth it to me. Not really worth it to me. Let's see if there's anyone else in it that they might be willing to take. We'll take him off of there, so we know they're not going to go for that. That's a lot of budget. It's a lot of budget. That's why we have to try to meet the budget. So let's go back to the all screen. And Vladdy would meet the budget. Trevor would meet the budget. Dustin Hermanson. Okay, now we're talking. So Dustin Hermanson and Brad Fulmer for Bartolo Colon. Now I said at the beginning of the episode I wasn't a big fan of Hermanson. And you know what? Yeah. Bartolo, welcome to the club. So Bartolo Colon is coming over. Wow, we made some deals, baby. We made some deals in this episode. Now we got to go fix some shit because this team is a little messed up. What do we need here? We need a right. What are we missing? I don't know. Hold on a second. Oh, it's easier for me to do it this way. There we go. Oh, we're not missing anything. No, we're not missing anything. Oh, no, we're not missing anything. We're missing a DH if we have a DH situation, but we don't have a DH situation. So, okay. But we do have to fix the rotation, right? That's key. And we got to bring up, yeah, I don't care if they agreed. Kenny, you're coming up. Oh, Trey Moore's got to come up too. Trey, you got to come up, dude. Mike Thurman, you, my friend, are going down. And who else? Who else is in the majors? Oh, Eric Gagne's in the majors too, but he's not going to stay here. We're going to send him down. Mike Johnson. Pfft. Mike Johnson, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're going down. He'll make it through waivers, no problem. Trey Moore, welcome back to the big club. We know what he brings to the team. Kenny Rogers, welcome to the big club. We do have Ted Lilly down there. He's still pitching pretty good. And, of course, like we said, look who's way down here. Cece. We're going to sit on Cece. So we got Cece and we got freaking Gagne down there now. Okay, I like this. This is pretty good. Relief pitchers, rockers in the majors. Who else is here that we could move around? Okay, that's it. I think that's it. Let's go to the rotation. So we're looking good. We're looking better. We're going to go. Now we got to think about who our ace is going to be, right? I mean, Trey has really given us everything he's had the last 2 seasons. 13-10, 15-8, pretty good ERAs. We're going to go with, we just got him in a trade, and we're going to go with Bartolo Colon. Then Javi. Moose, Boomer, Trey Moore. Kenny Rogers, you'll pitch long relief with Greg Swindell. No. Kenny, you're going to pitch long relief. Mike Maddox, you won't. Who else can go long relief? Oh, Gagne. In this world, Gagne can pitch long relief, so that's where he's going. Thank you very much. Rogers and Gagne. Maddox, Nelson will be middle relief with Scott Shields. Shane Bennett. Greg Swindell will stay. No. Well, he'll pitch more middle relief, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's where we're going. Okay. We're done. It is 9 o'clock. I got about, according to my timer, I got about 15 more minutes. So we can get a couple more games in now that we did this, right? For sure. We get a day off. So we're going to auto fix the rotation down there. And we are on, let's see, where did we end off? Who lost that game? Oh, that was frickin' Hitchcock, right? Yeah, he started that game, right? No, Boomer. Boomer started that game. So Boomer started the last game we played. So Mussina, Wells. So we got to fix that because Boomer can't pitch like 3 days later. We don't want that to happen. So we know that Boomer pitched. So it should be Boomer. Mussina is going to pitch this game. We got to move Boomer to here. So it'll be Mussina. Oh, Moore, Vasquez, Colon, Wells. Okay, that's right. Okay. Let's see what happens. We're going to get through. We're going to go through the Atlanta series, like I mentioned. So big deals happening. Big deals for the team. Let's see what happened here in this one. Oh. It won't show me. Oh, here we go. So this is what we did. On the 31st of March, we got Bartolo Colon for Brad Fulmer and Dustin Hermanson. Okay, we got John Rocker from the Braves. We gave up Sterling Hitchcock. We got Eric Gagne for a right fielder named Rick Reed. So we're making some moves. We are making some waves with this club. Our new rotation looks like this. We have Bartolo Colon, David Wells, Mike Mussina, Trey Moore, Javier Vasquez. Now, because we're doing this mid-season, it looks more like this. Mussina will pitch the first game we see. Trey Moore, Javi, Bartolo, then Boomer. All right, so that's going to be pretty good. Out in the pen now, we've got Kenny Rogers, Eric Gagne, who's only a 56 overall, so we're going to use him sparingly. Maybe an inning here, maybe an inning there. Mid relief, Maddox, he'll stay out there to kind of keep everyone calm. He's going to be more like a coach than he is a player. Jeff Nelson, Scott Shields, Shane Bennett, Greg Swindell, John Rocker, who we got from the Braves, and of course, Trevor Hoffman. So, thank you to my AGMs. All right, took a little bit of time, but I think we may have made a couple of moves to hopefully get this team doing something. We didn't spend a whole lot of money to make those moves. Now the Bartolo Colon trade, that was a little more expensive than I would have liked, but you know what? We got rid of Hermanson and we really didn't need him. So I was talking about getting rid of him anyway. So looking good for the club right now. Okay. So one thing I have to update. All right, at this point in the episode, up to this point in the episode, we are at we're at 3 wins. So we have 3 wins up to this point in the episode. Forgot to fix that up there on the screen on your bottom right, but that's where we are right now. We have 3 wins in the episode through 7 games. So after tonight, we'll have finished about 13 games. So Mike Mussina taking on the Phillies in Philly. We get the win 6-0. Yes, let's get this shit going. Let's get this going. Trey Moore, we get a win. So it is time to scout. We're going to pass on that. We're not going to do that. So we've won back-to-back games. Okay, we have also won 4 of our last 5. We're trying to sweep the Phillies. Javi's on the hill, and we lose. So we can't get the sweep. Now it's down to Atlanta. Bartolo on the hill. We just got him from the Dodgers. Let's see if we can get the win, and we take the loss. So the Cardinals have acquired Eloy Chavez in a trade with the Mariners. The Mariners get Rich Levitt. So Eloy, so far, he's 1-1 on the season. He's heading to the Cardinals. Rich Levitt didn't really. Oh, he played 9 games for the Mariners, batting .455, so killing it. In his so far through the season. So David Wells takes the loss. So that's 3 straight losses after 2 wins to kind of get this shit going. And then we get swept by the Braves. Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. New York Mets coming into town. Trey Moore in game 1. We are 5-8 on the season. We get a win against the Mets. Beautiful. So go to 6-8. Javi on the hill. We get another win. And Bartolo Colon to sweep the Mets. And we do it. We gave up 1 run in that Mets series. 2-1, 1-0, 3-0. The team is 500. We are 8-8. Okay. Since we made those trades, we are. Well, we're 3. Oh no, I'm sorry. We're 5-4. So not awful. San Diego's coming into town. David Wells will kick it off in this one. We're going for 4 in a row, and we lose. Okay, Mike Mussina, and we lose. Trey Moore, and we win. Okay, so we're 9-10. We're holding our own here in the month of April. Looks like we're probably going to get through the month of April here in the episode. Then we'll call it because I'm kind of flying now since we got some help from our AGMs to get some pitchers. Thank you very much. See, my 2000s baseball knowledge, not the best, right? You give me some 80s crap, I'll be able to throw some names out there. Okay, 9-10 on the season, taking on the Marlins, who are 12-7. So a turnaround season for the Florida Marlins to start everything up. We'll have Javi. We take a loss. Bartolo, we get the win. So Bartolo is now 2-2 on a season. David Wells, who's 0-3, His ERA is 6.55. So I'm sitting back here. I'm going, oh, look, we need to make deals. David Wells has not done well. He has not done well for this team. And, well, I say that, and he gets to win. So congratulations to David Wells on his first win in an Expos uniform here in that one. So we are back to 500 heading into a 3-game series with the St. Louis Cardinals. Mike Mussina taking on their newest pitcher, Eloy Chavez, who they got in a trade from the Mariners, and we get the win. So the Rays are interested in offering us a trade. We're always willing to look, right? They want Sung-Hyun Chu for Felipe Crespo, and we will pass. I like Sung-Hyun Chu. All right. Trey Moore in the second game. Terry Jones is injured with a fractured hand. He's going to be out 2 to 3 months. We've got to put him on he's got to go on the list, injured list, right? So we lose that game to St. Louis. We're 12-12. All right. We're now 12-13, heading to Anaheim to take on the Angels. Bartolo will be on the hill against Edgar Pinto. And 2-2, Bartolo gets us the win. David Wells has won 2 games in a row. Thank you, David Wells. So he's fighting back. I called him out, and now he's pitching better in the month of April. So his ERA has come down from the 6s down here into the 4s. That's more reasonable, right? So Mussina gets the win. So we sweep the Angels. The Angels are 10-18 on their season. They came in. We swept them. So we went there. I'm sorry. We came in. We went there and swept them. So we're going to finish up with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We've got about 9 minutes or so in the episode. We'll do these last 3. We'll cover what we did in the episode, and then we'll make our way out for the week. But we are 15-13 on the season. Okay, we made a couple of changes in the pitching rotation heading into the month of April. It seems to have paid off. We have, I had to count them. We have 12 wins in the month of April so far, with 4 games left to go. So not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. Looking at about 9 losses, so 12-9 on the month. So not bad. Trey Moore against Todd Van Poppel in Arizona, and we lose. So Arizona is 8-21 on their season. Okay, Brad Penny's going to be on the hill in this one, and we get the win. Bartolo Colon. Let's go in. We'll go in and watch this one. Not watch the whole game, but we'll manage it. See what it looks like. Since we have a couple extra minutes, right? Bartolo's on the hill. And here's your lineup. Veras, Henderson, Grace, Griffey, Guerrero, Cabrera, Hayes, Rodriguez, Colon. And here we go. Kilvio at the plate. He doubles to lead off. Ricky grounds out. Mark Grace strikes out. Ken Griffey Jr., look at his numbers. 342, 6 dingas, 16 ribbies. So he's come alive, and he's going to ground out. Zach Judd on the hill. I'm sorry, at the plate. Bartolo on the hill. Single. Caught stealing. Oh, so we got Zach Judd. Arias strikes out. Steven Villarreal strikes out. Vladdy, fly out. Cabrera, strikeout. Hayes, ground out. Okay, Bartolo back out there on the mound. Bernard hits a solo dinga. David DeLucci, ground out. Damian Miller, fly out. Kareem Garcia, that's the dude from the Yankees there. He got hit and then charged him out. I'm pretty sure that was Kareem Garcia. Okay, Pudge Rodriguez strikes out. Colon grounds out. Kilvio single, so he's 2 for 2 in this one. He got only 2 hits. Ricky, fielder's choice. Bartolo Colon gives up a single to Jimenez. Mueller bunts him over. Judd grounds out. Arias walks. Villarreal fielder's choice. Mark Grace on the season. He's got 7 dingers, 24 ribs, and he's batting .327, so not awful. He's having a decent year. He singles. Griffey singles. Vladdy flies out. Cabrera lines out. Charlie Hayes grounds out. Okay, Bernard is going to fly out. Beluch singles. Miller singles. Garcia, fielder's choice. Jimenez walks. Mueller grounds out. So it's 1-0 through 4. Pudge grounds out. Colon strikes out. And Kilvio, he was going for a perfect night, and he grounded out. Judd grounds out. Arias grounds out. Villarreal pops up. Okay, so we are through 5. It's 1-0. Ricky Henderson on the season. Look at the stats up there on the left. He's got 2 homers. He's got 5 stolen bases. He's got 11 ribbies, and he's batting .286. So it's not awful terrible. It's not too bad. We'll see what we can get out of him for the rest of maybe up until the All-Star break. Maybe to the All-Star break. But he grounds out here. Grace walks. Griffey strikes out. Vladdy, fielder's choice. Okay, Bartolo's still out on the hill. He's got plenty of juice. Bernard strikes out. David Deluch strikes out. And Miller pops up. I make myself laugh. That's so sad. All right, Mueller gets Cabrera to fly out. Hayes to strike out. Pudge to ground out. Kareem Garcia batting .193 on the season. Flies out. Jimenez grounds out. Mueller flies out. So we're through 7, and these pitchers are pitching one hell of a game. Just a home run. Colon has given up a home run. Mueller has only given up 4 hits. Colon is going to stay. No, we're going to pinch hit for him. Got a pinch hit for him. So we don't have much in the way of. We really don't have much in the way of a bench. We got Bobby Hens, we got Carroll, and we got Mordecai. We got a lot of pitchers. A ton of pitchers. Look at all these pitchers. I have to send one of these down and bring up a bat, right? Struggling with the bats. Do we bring in Bobby Hens? Yeah, why not? Bobby Henley on the season, 1 stolen base, 1 dinga, 2 ribbies, and a .212 average. Really has struggled at the plate, but we haven't given him a whole much of a shot, right? He strikes out. Kilvio strikes out. Ricky Henderson at the plate. He's 0 for 3, and he grounds out. So Bob Henley will not pitch the 8th. We'll go to the bullpen. We'll bring in the 8th inning, Swindell's going to come in to pitch. Look at his numbers. 4-1, 12 innings pitched. Gets Judd, gets Arias, gets Villarreal. So he does his job. Top of the 9th in Arizona. Mueller on the hill. Grace at the plate. They're going to bring in David Weathers. David. Anyway, so Grace is going to single. Griffey triples, and it's a 1-1 game. Thank you, Ken Griffey Jr. And then Vladdy hits a 2-run jack. We're going to get to see a save situation for Trevor. Strikeout for Cabrera. Hayes hits a solo home run, and the offense comes alive here in the 9th. Sean Maloney must be huge. He's blocking the hits number. His head is blocking the hits number. Okay. So, bottom of the 9th. Swindell, you did the job. You did what you had to do. Trevor's coming in to get the close or the save. He gets Bernard. Deluch is going to single because, of course, he does. And there's a ground out. So, we made it almost to the end of April. We'll play a Milwaukee game next week. But some big help from our AGMs. Helped this club out. We went out and got some pitchers, made some changes. Bartolo got the last win. Well, Swindell got the win, but Bartolo pitched really well. And we're through most of April. We're 17-14, so we'll call it 30 games. We'll call it through 30 games, plus a bonus, right? We got to change this up because I want to go to my. I want it to appear on the screen. I wanted to appear on the screen with 17 because in hockey I don't get that many, right? I don't get that many points. But we'll change this over to 17 wins. Thank you. All right. So there we go. Should be 17 appearing on your screen for sure. Okay, so 17 big wins for the club in the episode. We are 17 and 14. You can see a lot of good games ever since we started taking some advice from our GMs. So great job, guys. Great job. Big round of applause to you out there. We got Rocker. We got Bartolo. Chris Hammond and Remlinger, they were suggested. They didn't look too good for the team. We did get a young Eric Gagne. And the only other one that was a shot in the dark, there was actually two. Bruce Chen, who pitches for the Sox in our world, and of course Pedro, who pitches for the Sox, and the Sox were like, nay, I don't think we're going to give him up. We couldn't offer anything. They didn't want anything. They did not want anything for Pedro. So, okay. So that's going to do it for tonight's episode. We finished 17 and 14 through. We said we were trying to get to the All-Star break. That ain't going to happen. So we got through 31 games. We're 17 and 14. Let's go ahead and take a look at our team stats before we roll out of here. All right. We look at our pitchers. Our leader in wins is Greg Swindell. All right. Our ERA leader is Kenny Rogers because he's barely pitched, but he's given up no runs. So good for you. We look at innings pitched. We'll look at ERA by innings pitched. Guys who are up in the 30s. Here's a guy who's pitching well. Trey Moore, again. A 180 ERA, a whip of .9. So he just continues to pitch well. That's why we don't want to stray from him. Javi not having the best season, but there you go. Mike Messina. Let's look at it this way. We'll look at our pitching rotation. That makes sense. Bartolo, he's 3-2. David Wells 2-3. So he started to kind of get better as the episode came to an end. Mike Messina is 3-2 with an ERA of 3. Trey Moore 1-1 in 30 innings pitched. He's got an ERA of 1.8. So he's kind of our ace, right? I mean, he really has been good. Javi's 2-2. The ERA is a little higher than we'd like, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting lineup. We'll go against righties with no DH. All right, stats are over on your right, to the right of the players' names. Kilvio's batting 268. Ricky's at 281. Again, the man's 41 years old, but really showing like he still can play. Mark Grace is batting 339 with 7 homers and 24 RBIs. Griffey's having a better season. Let's look compared to last year. We go in all categories. His batting average is higher. Home runs are on pace to beat. So through 30 games, if I'm doing my math right, we play. Yeah, he'd probably get right around there, probably past that. RBIs are looking pretty good as well. Vlad Guerrero is also hitting the ball better, 268. Now, last year, he batted 288, so his average is down, but his power numbers are up. So that's good. Cabrera's at 292. I didn't want to trade him. The Dodgers wanted him in the Cologne deal. I said no, offered him somebody else. We're sticking to Orlando Cabrera. All right. I like him at shortstop. He plays really well for this team. We take a look at his recent games. I think it shows 10 games. I'm pretty sure it shows 10 games. So look what he's done over the last 10 games. He's batting 306, 3 ribbies. He's got 11 hits. So He's doing what we asked him to do. Charlie Hayes, he's been a little weak. He's got four home runs, but his batting average is very low. Pudge, kind of the same thing. So that's kind of where we are. That's kind of where we are right now. Um, to this point in the season. So I'm just past the 2 hour mark of the episode. Went a little bit longer than I would have expected to. If you stuck around through the Clippers did beat the Jazz tonight, 115 to 103. And if you were curious, I mentioned the Miami UMass game earlier. Miami of Ohio is undefeated and remains undefeated. They beat UMass 86 to 84. So I will be following Miami of Ohio because they're undefeated right now. And yes, Houston Baptist did beat Incarnate Word 81 to 75. If you missed that one too. So, yeah, if you did get a chance to watch that one. So we finished the episode in third place. We are currently 4 games back of the Atlanta Braves, which is a plus, right? I don't think we've been here through one episode yet. All right, we have a winning record. Okay, we're above 500. Obviously, we have a winning record. We're above 500. We're just 4 games back, and we finished this episode 7-3 in our last 10. That's going to be huge. Absolutely huge. Our AGMs came through, threw some huge trades at us. We made those deals. Dispos are getting better. Everything is looking that much better. Okay, now tonight we had those technical problems. I assure you we will not have those issues tomorrow. We will be back inside the cave 6:30 p.m. Wednesday night. It is Whaler Wednesday. We will have the same thing going on, except tomorrow night is an Islanders game. They are taking on the New York Rangers. It should be over or possibly third period by the time I turn on my show. So we'll be watching it on the bottom of the screen as it goes. And we're hoping for a big Islanders win. But getting back to baseball. Next week, we'll go through the month of May. Yes, we'll go through the month of May and see if we can come out with still a winning record, right? That's the idea as we make our way through these episodes. Again, thank you to my junior GM and my assistant GM out there in the universe. If you are watching this in the replay and you have some ideas about the team, you think of what we can do. Remember, this is 2000. It's 2000, right? So there's players out there in the 2000s. You got ideas. You see a name, look them up. I'm looking for bullpen pitching and I'm looking for closers. Who can we get in their early years to turn into prime Expos, right? We got Gagne, we got CC in the minors. Things are happening. Things are happening. Okay, Fanatic, it's time to shut your mouth and call it a night. All right, thanks for sticking around for 2 hours. Be sure to check in with us next week. Love to have more viewers. I would love to have more viewers. Love to really get that conversation going again when it comes to the Expos. Tomorrow night is Whaler Wednesday. I will be right here. Be sure to join me. Touch that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Share with people. Let them know you were watching. Let them know what we're talking about in here. This is 1990s, 2000s baseball. This is the Montreal Expos, and I will see you next time inside the cave.